Welcome to Tila Fashion. Today's video is a short tutorial on how to make cap sleeves and how to neatly attach them. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, like this video if you end up enjoying this tutorial. And yeah, let's get right into it. I have the front piece here and we're going to be attaching the cap sleeves to the armhole area right there. And I have already sewn the neckline of the front piece and top stitched it, and the rest of the front piece is still open. I went ahead to measure what I have at the armhole there for reference, and it is about 9.2 inches. I also went ahead to measure where I want the cap sleeves to stop, and it's about 6 inches from the shoulder. But I'm going to take this as 5.5 inches because half inch is going to go into joining the front to the back piece at the shoulder. So the part of the sleeve that's going to attach to the armhole is 5.5 inches wide. Now I can go ahead to draft the pattern. So this is a short sleeve pattern that is the exact size of the armhole, but we want to make this 5.5 inches. We want to make this into a cap sleeve. So I'm just going to be making a few alterations to this. First, I'm just drawing out the biceps line for reference. And this line is exactly where the sleeve curve stops. So that's the biceps line. Next, I'm going to go up and reduce the sleeve curve at the top by 1 inch. I'm also going to mark 1 inch up from the biceps line. From the points that we marked earlier, I'm going to measure out 5.5 inches, which is the measurement for the part of the cap sleeve that would attach to the armhole, and I'm going to measure it or mark it out in a curved form, and then I can connect the second dot to the 5.5 inches mark. So this entire area here is going to be the cap sleeve, and I can go ahead to cut this out. Now I'm just marking the parts that would attach to the armhole so I don't mix this up later on. I'll go ahead to use the pattern to cut out the main fabric and the lining pieces, and I'm making sure to add seam allowances around all the edges, and I'm cutting this on fold. This is what I have now. Now I'm just going to go ahead to sew in the bottom of the cap sleeve and top stitch it. I also went ahead to iron it so it can be nice and flat. So the top edge there is where we're going to attach to the armhole. Now I can go ahead to work on the armhole to prepare it to attach the cap sleeve. So first I'm going to measure 6 inches, not 5.5 inches, because I'm going to use half inch to join the front and the back together at the shoulder. So I'm notching it at 6 inches there. So from the 6-inch notch, I'm going to sew it in. So I'll turn the fabrics front side facing each other and then sew in from the 6-inch notch down. Then you can go ahead to notch to ease up the seam and top stitch and also iron flat. The lower part that is not going to be attached to the sleeve is going to be sewn in neatly, and now you have this space to attach your sleeve to. But before that, you'd join the shoulders together. So I went ahead to place the front and the back pieces front side facing each other, and then I took the lining of the back piece and flipped it over to meet with the lining of the front piece. Then I went ahead to sew everything flat. I turned it back inside out and it looks neat both on the inside and the outside. Now you have this area that you can go ahead to attach the sleeve to. First, I went ahead to close it off by sewing the main fabric to the lining, and then after that I can go ahead to attach the sleeve. And while sewing the sleeve to the armhole, you want to go very slow because there are two curved edges, so you don't make any mistakes. You're just going to go ahead to sew slowly. So this is it after attaching the sleeve, but you also need to ease it up a bit with notches and then iron flat. And finally, you can go ahead to close off the side seams. So after closing off, you have this neatly finished cap sleeve, and mine looks a little bit unbalanced because I hadn't ironed it at this point. So I went ahead to iron it, and now it looks very neat and is neatly finished also because it looks neat on the inside. And I also went ahead to do the same thing for the second armhole. So yes, that's it for the tutorial on this cap sleeve. I noticed that it was a bit hard to get tutorials for this particular type of cap sleeve. So I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please hit the subscribe button, like this video. I have another tutorial coming up next week, which is going to include a cap sleeve. But I wanted to drop a full cap sleeve tutorial first before the next tutorial, so make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you get notified when the next tutorial comes up. And if you have any questions about the cap sleeve, you can leave them in the comment section and I'm going to do well to reply to them. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next video.